Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Jennifer Monarch-McGuire. She is the Youth Development Educator with Purdue Extension in Du Bois County. We've had Jennifer on many times talking about 4-H because right now is the recruitment period. And joining us is a 4-H'er, and that is Celia Neukam. And Celia, we're going to find out a little bit about you because what's unusual about this is we're going to talk about science. Yes. First of all, Jennifer, with your 4-H program, you're trying to hit different areas.
Yes. Well, sometimes people don't know. They think they know what 4-H is, but they really don't. And actually, what a lot of people don't realize is that 4-H has 3 mission areas. And one of those is science. And that's what I plan to talk about today, and just letting people know all the different things that 4-H does involving science. And it's a lot. So.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. What are the different science areas that 4-H is involved in? Or that kids can be involved in through 4-H?
Well, and again, what a lot of people tend to think about with 4-H is the fair and projects. Mm-hmm. And there are a ton of science-related projects in 4-H. I mean, we've got aerospace, ag tractor, computer, electric, robotics, which is what we're going to show you a little bit about today. And then we have like plant and environmental science. We obviously do a lot with animal science. I mean, all those animals that are there. So we have tons of projects. It's probably our biggest area in terms of projects that we have that kids can take. There's a ton of science, and that's just projects. And you know, I have a list of state level ones, and it's the numbers are a lot. So I don't know if I'll list them all for you, but there are a lot of science-based projects in the 4-H program.
Well, one thing that comes to mind, at the 4-H, we see a lot of science projects, see a lot that's going on. I know electricity, that's kind of one of the most basic ones. I think that's what a lot of people start with, but that's a science.
Yes, it is.
But you have now Spark Clubs.
Good job, Bill.
Yeah, instead of saying Spark Plugs, you had the Spark Clubs.
Yes, so we, you know, again, the projects are the most traditional way that people think of 4-H, but nowadays we have something called Spark Clubs, which are short-term 4-H experiences. We also have workshops as well, but a lot of those, especially recently, have been science-focused. So we've done a robotics Spark Club. Last year we did a Maker Spark Club, which I believe Celia participated in both of those, which also those helped, you know, get us ready to do a full-fledged robotics club, which we started last year. And then again, looking to do more Spark Clubs and short-term 4-H experiences that, you know, if you're not in 4-H, you can get a taste of it and get involved, and we can still teach you things because it's not all just about being an official 4-H member. We want to teach all kids and help all kids.
And one of the goals of having you on today is for people to realize the volume of different things you can do through 4-H and youth development, and so you should become a 4-H member between, I guess, enrollment is now through.
Yes, we right now is our enrollment period. You can enroll right now online at in.4honline.com. And you can also contact our office at 812-482-1782 if you need help doing that. The directions are all right there. But yes, you can enroll in 4-H right now. And the window of time we prefer for people to do that, if you want to get the full year 4-H experience, would be from now until January 15th is when we are trying to get everyone to enroll in our program.
All right, so sign up your kids, or if your kids sign up, or grandparents, get your kids to sign up.
Yes, right. And you know, and that's when, if you sign up by that time, you'll get to attend all the club meetings, and clubs will start meeting at the end of January, beginning February, things like that. But again, you know, if maybe you're not ready, we've got lots of short-term experiences to get involved in 4-H that way, or you just don't have the time, and that's okay too. We also have 4-H trips that a lot of people don't always take advantage of, but they're amazing experiences. You get hands-on training. We have a lot at Purdue. We've got some elsewhere in the state, and kids basically get hands-on training. Animal science is one of those. We have a 4-H Academy workshop in June that kids can go. They get 3 days at Purdue, and they get to do hands-on training with people who work in the industry. But there's lots of things. There's STEM-related workshops up there as well. If you're interested in robotics, you can do it up there. It's pretty amazing, some of the stuff they do with robotics up at Purdue. I was even at a workshop where they used like a glove to like move a robot. So that's stuff I don't have quite here in Du Bois County yet, but it's definitely cool stuff.
Well, but it starts with some of the smaller things, and that's what we're going to talk with Celia about.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Are you a member of the robotics club, or are you through Spark, or are you a member of a different 4-H club?
Well, I am a member of the 4-H just in general.
Okay.
Well, but I also do the Spark Club, so it's a lot of fun to do.
And you don't have to be a 4-H'er to sign up for Spark Clubs. Is that correct? That's a good way to get
Well,
started. You'll
basically,
become one,
Spark
won't you?
Clubs, we have you to do a Spark Club. You do sign up for 4-H, but again, you don't have to. The Spark Club can be your club.
Okay.
And again, you get the benefit like of if you sign up for a Spark Club now and you want to continue doing more with it, you can continue to do more in 4-H the rest of the year. So.
Now, Celia, you're doing robotics and the science and technology sort of track in 4-H. For what reason? What do you want to use that for?
Well, I want to learn how to do stuff like make video games or learn how to code stuff or even just stuff like video editing.
Okay, now when the younger generation talks about coding, what is coding?
Coding is basically telling a computer what to do. It's basically binary ones and O's, but in a way we can understand.
Okay, so you're learning these sort of things through 4-H and through school and on your own, I'm sure, as well. We're going to show a little demonstration. We have this that is going to be, you've got a robot. Where's that little robot?
Actually got the
Okay,
robot.
yeah, you've got the robot. Okay, now that robot's going to do something on this piece of paper. Did you tell it what to do, or how does that work?
How it works is the different patterns of the colors on the things where you see like patterns like green, red, or something like that. Those tell it what to do. Like at one point he might do a backward zigzag or something. Or sometimes he'll make random decisions like on a part where there's a turn, but it's an intersection. He'll randomly make a decision.
And did you program? What is his name? What is he?
He is an Ozobot.
Ozobot. Okay, because we've heard a lot about the Ozobots. And did you program? Did you tell him what to do, or is that just something that's part of his makings?
That's part of his makings, the being able to understand the different color patterns.
Okay, but by you knowing what those color patterns do, you lay out this that tells him what to do. And
Correct.
okay, so on the screen, I'm sure right now you're able to see some of what the Ozobot is doing, and that's just one thing that you've done. What are these? Explain what some of this is.
Okay, so what I'd say, it's Lego. So for all of you fans of Lego out there, there's this. It's called an EV Free. Now, this is a little bit more on the complicated side compared to Ozobot, but it is easily understandable. Well, what you do is you basically plug it into a computer and you tell it what to do, coinciding with like what things are plugged into. You can get it to have moving arms. You can actually build it however you want, so that you can actually have touch sensors or infrared sensors so that it knows that it's going to hit a wall or something like that. It's really cool.
So you take that and you put Legos to it.
Yes.
To make, you might put a Lego wheel on it. You might put Lego hands and make it do different things attached to that. Mm-hmm. And then you code a computer, through a computer you code it what to do.
Yes, and it comes with a software to do that, so that it makes it a little easier rather than having to type it in, because those kind of like things like Java are really hard to understand whenever you're starting out. So it's a drag and drop for those who wanted to know.
Okay, and this is just one of the things that you do through the robotics program? Mm-hmm. Okay, your robotics club or through your 4-H?
Yes,
okay.
It is one of the few things that we do.
But do you have to be like a Ozobot graduate before you move into something like this?
Not exactly. It's mostly just based on age most of the time. Because you expect like an 8-year-old would probably want to do Ozobot, while someone my age, like 15, would want to do EV Free.
Now, what's unusual, and I don't mean to stereotype you, but you're a girl. And one of the ideas is to get more girls more involved in science and technology.
Yes, it is a very hard demographic to get to. People think that things like video games or computers and coding are just for boys. Mm-hmm. That's just because we grew up on that. So I'm hoping we can change that.
So you're taking the lead. And we do want to say the opposite way. For sewing, there's no reason why a boy can't take sewing to learn how to do that as well. Yeah. And that's what 4-H exposes you to things that you may not think of doing on your own at home.
Correct.
Okay. And what is this other thing?
This is Edison. It can also be put with Legos, Lego does things with it, like you can do things such as, say, you can put a little bulldozer or attachment onto it, and it can scoop up things. It's very similar programming to EV3, but it's a little bit simpler, in my opinion.
Yeah, like during our robotics club, we did have some of the younger kids do the Edison just because the programming and things like that were a little less complicated, and for starting out, that the Edison worked a little better for that than the EV3.
So you're just going to keep getting better and better and coding more things.
Yes.
And are you going to invent a game?
Yes, I am actually making a
Are you
video
really?
game right now. Yes.
You are? Can you tell us about it? Or is that a secret?
It's kind of, but I can just say that right now I'm in the character development stage.
You know, that's really exciting to think that all that you're learning to go into it. It's not just, I want this person to go from this woods to this cliff. You want them to do something in between, and they have to look a certain way, and there's a reason why they go. So you have to really be thinking beyond the box.
Yes, definitely, I would have to say so.
What's the best thing for you in 4-H?
What do you mean by that?
Well, is it being with friends? Is it learning new things? Is it eating cookies? You know, what happens to be the best part of 4-H?
Best part of 4-H, I'd probably say that I've gotten to make a lot of new friends because I'm homeschooled, so I get to meet some new friends this way. Hey, I've actually met a lot of new friends through the Spark Club, some of my new best friends even.
So if you come up to somebody your age and they're thinking, well, you know, I'm 15, it's not so cool to be in 4-H, what are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them it's fun, you can make new friends, and don't be embarrassed about it. It's really a great way to learn things that you wouldn't think you'd want to learn in the first place. Some projects like wildlife or anything, to be honest, you might think, this isn't going to be fun, who cares about that? No, it's actually really fun. They make it fun, really fun. I'm not kidding you.
Well, I think what has to be remembered, and it may not mean much to you now at your age, but when you get to be much older and you have a family or you have a career, the life skills that you learn from being in 4-H will always come back to you. I know my kids understand electricity because of the electricity project. And different things like that are just life skills that you will carry on. You might be a police officer, but you'll understand what made that video game happen for the kids that you're dealing with. So who knows?
Well, yeah, and so, some of the skills they learn might be something that they do on the side as a hobby, like cake decorating. You know, they may just do that as a hobby for their friends and family, or you know, she might do YouTube videos on the side, or you know, they could be motivated enough to make it a full-fledged career. And we're all about, you know, just giving them skills that they can use in any aspect of their lives.
Okay, and Celia, have you ever taken an animal to the fair?
No, that's not for me.
Okay.
I'm not a farm girl.
That's the point about 4-H too. I think a lot of times because of the fair, we think, well, that's all it is showing animals, and it's not. It's so much more than that. That is a portion of it and an important portion of it, but there is so much else that whether you're on a farm or not, it's perfect for you.
Yes, exactly. I don't really even have to say anything, Bill. You did a great job.
Right there. Well, once again, you're in the recruitment period.
Yes.
For kids to join 4-H, what ages should you be for 4-H?
We have a mini 4-H program that starts K through 2, and that is when we say K through 2, we mean like right now or as of January 1 of this year, what grade are you in? So anyone who's in kindergarten through 2nd grade right now, they can join the mini 4-H program. People who try to come, you know, during the summer and be like, hey, my kid's in kindergarten now. Well, not yet, you know, they'll be in kindergarten in August. So that's how the program works. And then from 3 through 12, so kids in grades 3 through 12, they can be part of our regular 4-H. So Celia's a regular 4-H member.
So we're talking like the regular 4-H is like 9, 10 years old up till 18?
Yeah, now, but 4-H, we usually go by grade level. So
grade
we're
level.
not,
All
if
right.
if you're technically too young to be a 3rd grader, but you're in 3rd grade, well, it doesn't matter. You're in 3rd grade. That's what we go by. Or if your kid is of kindergarten age, but they're not in kindergarten, it doesn't matter. We go by grade level. That just kind of makes it easier and more straightforward for us instead of trying to balance the ages and things like that.
All right. Well, thanks to both of you for coming in. Let's hope some people join 4-H because it is a wonderful program here in Du Bois and all the surrounding counties. No matter what county you're watching, 4-H is a wonderful program to be in. We thank Jennifer Monarch-McGuire, who's the Youth Development Educator with Purdue Extension, and Celia Neukam, who is a 4-H member, a robotics club member, and is going to be the future big game developer for kids, for games for people like me to play on my computer. All right. Thank you for watching WJTS. We're local people watching local people.